This is a story of a young man who met his end mysteriously just after 2 weeks his wife put to bed. Daniel is a 32 years old guy from Lagos State. He's married with 3 kids. He usually went to church with his family, but that unfortunate day for him, he went alone. But little did he know that that would be a journey of no return for him. On November 17, 2024, Daniel Ajayi went to church and he didn't go with his family. I guess probably because his wife just put to bed, so she didn't go with him. He went alone. So his wife was expecting him to return from church after church service, but unfortunately he didn't return until evening. So his wife called him to know why he's not back from church yet. So when she called, Daniel said that he's coming back soon. So his wife was like, okay, no problem. So after a brief conversation, she ended the call and waited for him. But time kept passing by until night. She got more worried and called Mr. Daniel again. This time, Daniel said that he's actually on his way back home, that he was hanging out with his friends for a few bottles of drinks. So his wife said, this is the same thing you told me before, and now you are saying that you are coming. Please try and come home soon because it's already late. Try and come home early. So Daniel said, okay, no problem. So after a brief conversation, she hung up and waited. But subconsciously, she fell asleep. When she slept off, she woke up in the middle of the night and discovered that her husband is still not back home yet. So she called his number. At this time, his number was off. She had to call some of her husband's friends that she knows. But unfortunately, many of them did not respond to the call because it was already late. So she kept calling, and at this point, she got more worried. She didn't know what to think. She tried calling her husband's family to know if there's anyone that knows anything about him. Many people did not respond to the calls. So she had no choice than to wait until morning. Called Daniel's number again, but it was still switched off. So she called all of Daniel's friends she could ever think of. None of his friends seems to know anything about him. So she called family members, friends, anyone, church members as well. Some church members admitted seeing him in the church that day, but he left after church service just like everyone else. So no one really knows much about him. But unfortunately, his wife did not ask which of his friends he was hanging out with, since Daniel says that he was hanging out with his friends for a few bottles of drinks. And in his usual manner, since he's been a very social and friendly person, he likes hanging out with his friends, especially in the evening. So his wife didn't think too much about it, so it wasn't a big deal when he said that he was hanging out with his friends. So I guess that's why his wife didn't bother to ask which of his friends he was hanging out with. Now it becomes very impossible for her to know exactly which of his friends he was hanging out with, since he has a lot of friends. But now she had no choice than to go to the police station and make a complaint, of which she did. She went to the police station, made a complaint, and from there the police asked her for her husband's details so for they could use for easy identification, of which she gave them. And the police told her something more shocking than she ever bargained for. They told her that the description she gave them, the details of her husband she gave, matches exactly with the dead body they picked from the gutter that very morning during their patrol. She was surprised, she was shocked. They showed her the picture and they took her to the mortuary where they deposited the dead body, which is Mr. Daniels. His wife screamed in pain. She was surprised, she was shocked. So now there are so many questions popping around that turns rhetorical, like how, why, and who took him to afterlife? How did they even kill him? And why did they do it? No one seems to have an answer to these questions, and so many speculation as well from different sources. Some sources says that he may have been shot by, may have been killed by the police. Some says maybe it's an accident. Some says maybe he was attacked by armed robbers. But according to the police report, the police said that he may have been beaten to death because they saw some injuries on his body and his belongings were intact. His phone and wallet and even including his money was intact. So they didn't steal anything from him. So that's why I personally believe that it's not the police that killed him and it's not an armed robbery attack as well. So, but we don't really know the real cause of his death. The police said there was no report of an accident at the spot they found him. So they suspect that he may have been killed somewhere else and they brought his body to that spot they found him and dumped him there. So, well, yeah, at this point, I believe it's clearly not the police that killed him. May have been from another source or something else. So, though the police are still investigating the matter, it's very unfortunate that this guy could not get justice because the people that actually unalived him went away with it, and they did it so well that this case could not trace back to them. No one seems to know how and why he was killed or who actually did it. It's still an unsolved case till now. Well, I myself, I don't know what to think or believe anymore, or I think there's a possibility that it might be an accident. Maybe someone just knocked him down and drove off. But let me know what you guys think at the comment section. Do you think it's the police that's responsible, or do you think it's an accident, or do you think he was attacked by an armed robbers, or whatever? Let me know what you guys think at the comment section. Thank you.